Howdy YouTube, a very special review for you today. We're taking a look at the Jakks Ruthless Aggression Series 5, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. No question, this is probably my favourite Shawn Michaels figure. Why is that? Mainly just because, as a kid, I always wanted this particular figure and was never able to actually pick it up. By pure luck, I was able to grab this guy. The main reason is I love the entrance attire, and for me, watching wrestling, I was always a big Triple H fan. But then when Shawn Michaels returned, initially as part of the NWO, and then broke off on his own, this is the actual attire that he had, with this weird kind of logo that I have no clue what it is. He only wore it, I think, once at Survivor Series, and then after that, it was never seen again. Obviously, he became the World Heavyweight Champion. But a really cool looking figure. He does come with a ladder as well. Very excited to get him opened up and out of packaging. Nice shot of HBK on the bottom right there. Taking a look at the back of the packaging. One thing I think is really cool is you actually see the back of the packaging and the accessory with these earlier style Jakks figures. Other figures in the set include a retro John Cena, Billy Kidman, Tajiri, Kevin Nash. The Kane is a really cool figure. And Shawn Michaels. There were a couple of different variants of this guy released. There was the Elimination Chamber. I think it was a WWE exclusive where he came, with the full attire and everything. At the bottom, hopefully you can see, I'll bring it forward. There's the complete figure with his ring entrance attire, which is really cool. And I remember as a kid, I never actually had that set, but one of my best mates had the Elimination Chamber, and it was awesome. Really, really cool. So let's get this guy opened up. And here we have the figure opened up and out of packaging. Honestly, a really great Shawn Michaels figure. I love the face scan. The other reason this Shawn Michaels figure in particular interests me is because it's when he came back with the really long hair, which he only had for a short period of time, and then he started obviously having it back in the ponytail. I'll bring it forward so you guys can take a look at the face. I think they absolutely nailed Shawn Michaels. Pretty cool. A case can certainly be made that the Survivor Series attire he wore was like the worst attire ever, and I would tend to agree with that. Fortunately, on this figure, they've at least coloured the trunks in black. I think that's much nicer than the brown that he had. Other than that logo, though, there's not a lot else in terms of detail. I'm not sure what it actually is supposed to be. I mean, there's definitely an S there, and then there's like a weird Undertaker type logo. But I have no clue what that's supposed to be. Now, in terms of the entrance attire, it is pretty much just this soft rubber piece that clips off like so. Obviously, it's like his trademark vest that he came out in. There's some nice detail, actually. Like, it's very rare that Jakks gave us entrance type attire, so very happy that they decided to include this. Now, just for comparison, I've got the Jakks Shawn Michaels with some of the other Shawn Michaels figures that we've gotten from Mattel. You can see that size-wise, he is a little bit bulkier, a little bit bigger, which honestly I prefer. I think one of my biggest problems with the Mattel Shawn Michaels figures is that they're too small. They're about the same size as Rey Mysterio, especially that one. Like, look at how small that Shawn Michaels figure is, and then even compare it to the Elite Shawn Michaels, which at least is a little bit bigger. I don't know why they make him so small. I mean, the guy, yes, he was very athletic, but he was still over 6 foot. So I'm not sure why the Mattel figures are so small. But definitely a big props to Jakks. I think they nailed the face scan, and also the sizing of this guy was pretty cool as well. Now, in terms of articulation, he comes with a ball-jointed head, ball-jointed arms, swivel in the bicep, bend at the elbow, swivel wrists, swivel waist, legs move forward and back, bend at the knee, and then a swivel in the ankle. So your standard Jakks articulation, nothing too fancy, but considering this figure is probably about 13 years old, it's not too bad. Now, the other accessory that Shawn Michaels comes with is, of course, this ladder. There's not much to it. It is actually a pretty tiny a pretty tiny ladder. It's not even as high as the actual Jakks figure itself, which I suppose isn't too bad because you can then just have Shawn Michaels resting on it, like so. But definitely in terms of size, it is much smaller than more recent Jakks ladders that we've gotten. But still, really great accessories that this guy comes with. Now, Jakks have released that many Shawn Michaels figures, there's an abundance to choose from. I certainly prefer the Jakks figures to the Mattel Shawn Michaels figures, and on that basis, if you're a big Shawn Michaels fan, I think it's well worth picking this guy up, just to have, I guess, every attire that he came out with, and more so, this one's pretty significant. It's when he returned and won the World Heavyweight Championship. But other than that, you can probably give this guy a miss and maybe pick up some of the other Shawn Michaels figures that are out there. But hopefully you've enjoyed this review on the Jakks Ruthless Aggression Series 5 Shawn Michaels.